this is why we have to keep going. Trading is always going to have ups and downs, and I talk about this all the time because it's so important. I see this all the time in different trading communities and between different traders. You know, we do have those really, really bad days and we want to give up, and we just can't, because trading always will have a lot of ups and downs, and we just have to kind of control the emotions to the best of our ability. And that is going to take time to get there. But I'm telling you guys, last week you saw me make one of the worst mistakes I've had in my trading career, and definitely the worst trading mistake I had as a funded futures trader, where I lost 3 funded accounts that were well over the profit threshold, and I lost those accounts. I had to reset. But just fast forward to today, which is a little bit over a week later, and it's October 4th, and I'm just having the best week of my trading career. It's crazy how it works. Few adjustments here and there, and yes, I am trading a lot of evaluations, but I am taking them so serious, even though I don't want to brag about the profit, because it's not about the profit. The profits don't matter. It's not real money. It's not funded accounts for the most part. I did trade 3 funded accounts today, so some of the profits is real, but most of it's not. But I'm telling you guys, the way I am trading, I am taking them super serious, and I've taken a lot of evaluations where I didn't take them serious and I just gambled them. I traded a lot different than I will trade on a funded account, right? But with this whole set, I've been trading it as realistic as possible, and I'm going to continue trading them that way, because I'm basically testing my new strategy. Well, not really my new strategy, it's just an updated version of it. I'm trying different things, because in the past I would get caught quite often with this type of scalping, right? I'm scalping for smaller profits, 5 to 10 ticks a day per contract adds up so quickly, especially when you have a lot of funded accounts. Now, let's go over how I did today. This week is just incredible. I'm going to give you guys an update on all my evaluations. I'm going to give you guys an update on the Bullnox payout. I'm going to give you guys an update on my Topstep account as well. So just want to remind you guys, 90% off is ending tomorrow. So we have today and tomorrow to take advantage of it. For me, I'm going to probably buy a couple more evaluations, and I'm going to tell you guys why, but I don't really need them at this moment. First, Topstep. I did get my funded account with Topstep finally. It took a while. It was a choppy journey, but this scalping method just allowed me to get over the hump and not force, passing that evaluation super quick. And you guys could see that it took me 6 days to complete. So even though we could complete the Topstep Trader Combine in just 2 days, it's very difficult to do it if you force it. All right, if you don't have a proper system, because you're gonna try to make that profit, the 50% profit target every single time. And if you have a losing day with Topstep, it sets you back quite a lot, because then one day could only be 50% total profit, right? So if you lose $1,000 in a day, the next day you can't make more than 1,500, and it just sets you, excuse me, just sets you guys back quite a lot. It took me 6 days, so basically the same as it would take me on a Apex evaluation, but finally got it done and had a really nice run here the last 4 days, basically, or 3 days, I think 4 days, and use the same system, and it's great. Now it's a little bit more challenging with a funded account, since there's a scaling plan, and the way I'm trading, sometimes I need those little extra contracts to be able to trade out of a trade or something like that. But today I did have my first trading day. I did not get the account till mid-afternoon or mid-morning, so it's right now 2 p.m. I didn't get it till like 11, so I only made $229 on it, but that's fine because I didn't get it early on. And again, I didn't copy trade it into my Apex accounts, because my Apex accounts, it's different contracts and so on, so I can't really copy trade into Topstep. I have to trade it individually. And since I am pressed against time for my Apex evaluations to get them funded on Friday, or pass them on Friday and get them funded by Monday, so I could get the withdrawal or possibly get the withdrawal in October 20th. So I am really pushing a lot of buttons to get that going, and just to keep testing the strategy and see how long I could go without having a major issue. And today was not the easiest day. It was a very volatile day. And I almost called the day early, because I did get stuck in a couple of trades that I didn't like, that I had to take a small loss on here and there. Had to manage the loss basically, and it ended up working out, but it was not an easy day, and it happened a couple of times where typically it wouldn't if I'm reading the market right. So the volatility basically told me to maybe step away, but then it kind of settled down a little bit. We had more choppy zones, and I was able to make $10,300 on my whatever, how many accounts this is, I think 22, and two of them are RPA accounts. So these two RPA accounts, and then the rest are evaluations. I passed another evaluation. I have three that are like $100 away, and then a few other ones. The problem is that I bought more evaluations than I needed. I was certain, and I'm still not passed yet, so I'm not saying it's not going to happen, but I was certain I'm gonna lose at least 5 evaluations from this group. The way I'm trading, how much I'm trading, there's, a mistake bound to happen and some drawdowns going to take place. Or maybe if I don't lose them, I'll get behind on schedule basically with the losing day, and not be able to get them funded on time by the 20th. So I wanted to buy a little bit more evaluations. I bought 23 and actually bought 25. I did lose a couple last week on the first day, but besides that, it's been going so good that I might pass more evaluations that I could actually fund, which is pretty funny. But one of these is, well, two of them are 150Ks, but one of the 150Ks is very behind. It's still a couple grand behind the other one, the other 150K, because I didn't trade them together. And it's just no way I'm going to get it funded if I want to trade properly. Yes, I could trade more aggressively. I could try to pass it, but I don't think there's a point. I think I'm just going to keep trading it. And again, if I get to that withdrawal window where I am up only like $3,000 on an account, I'll just take out all the money. And then if I blow that account, I'll have the 150K account instead to replace it with, because I think the 150K accounts are way more beneficial long term. But to get that first payout, I think the 50Ks are better. So I'm going to try to find that balance. But I'm definitely thinking about buying either more 150Ks, or maybe I should try the 300K, which I've never tried. And with this style, I think I could do it because I don't see much of a trailing drawdown effect trading this style. So there might be a drawdown effect where if I'm up on the day, then if I take the next trade and I lose, that's fine. That's the trailing drawdown. But the intra-trade drawdown is not affecting me because I'm in and out of trades pretty quick. So I never even have the opportunity to go down from the initial, let's say I'm unrealized 500, it will never go down below that, right? I'm taking profit way before that happens. So that definitely allowed me to be more consistent. And this is why I love scalping. For some people, scalping is not going to work. I mean, this might sound, excuse me, I have this cough all week. After I went to the Jets game on Sunday, just had this cough. But basically, it looks easy, but it's really not. And today was a pretty tough day even for me. And you have to sit in charts. You have to be able to read the price action. You have to wait for consolidation periods. If you trade during volatility spikes, you will get caught and you'll hit your stop loss, or you'll blow the account if you don't have a stop loss. So it's not the easiest thing to do, but it's definitely more consistent for me, and it's what's working for me. And I'm still doing my opening trade. So actually, I made $300 on 4 or 5 accounts at the open. So that was the start with one trade. That's how much I made, the same way I've been trading in August and September. And then after that, I started trading the scalp method. All right, so that's the day. I could show you guys the balances on all the accounts. So the PA accounts are at $600 and $1,300. So that's great. And then we have 23, 22, 22 basically. So a bunch of them like that. We have one passed, a lot of them over, $500, $400 left to go. So that should be passed tomorrow. And then one is already passed here. I didn't want to push the ones like with 900. I didn't want to push that, but that should be passed in a couple of trades tomorrow. And then you guys could see these 250Ks. One is pretty close, which if I push, like I copy traded into this account with multiple groups. So I typically would copy trade 3 or 4 accounts and then move on. But this account, I would continue to copying it with other groups. So it was traded multiple times throughout the day. And you guys could see it has a lot more trades than the rest. So I didn't trade any bigger size. It's just I traded more with this account. And this one is $2,600 away from passing. Now, to make $2,600 in 2 days is going to be, actually, no, it's $1,600. That's not bad. Yeah, $1,600 away from passing. So it's actually doable to do it in 2 days. So I'm gonna really try to do that. But again, I have more accounts than I could pass. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 21, 2, and 3. So 23 accounts. If I pass all of them, I don't know what to do. I don't know how that works. I might just have to leave some at like right, right below the profit target, because you have to activate the accounts within 48 hours, I believe. So I don't know how that works. Maybe I'll message Apex, but I might just leave them. Even if I have to pay monthly fee on them, it's past evaluation. So why wouldn't I do that? You know, just keep them however long I need. I know I will lose other accounts in the future. It's just bound to happen, right? So I'll keep doing it. And that's why I want to buy more evaluations. Even though I can't activate them, I'm going to just keep them in the backup. It's 90% off till tomorrow, so might as well take advantage. Why am I going to pay 80% off in 2 weeks from now or 3 weeks from now or a month from now, and and waste that extra money, especially for the bigger accounts like the 150K? It's a pretty big difference. You're paying $33 versus like $65 or something like that. So it adds up, and that's the update on that. Now the Bullnox update. The most annoying part of today was the Bullnox email I received, and I was super pissed. And I was ready to make a video about Bullnox to not sign up with them, thinking that they're trying to slow down my payout. Well, I realized that the W9 form, so you have to send a tax form, which I did. I sent it twice. I realized I never signed it. So I filled it out, but then there's in the middle of the form, there's a signature, because I looked on the bottom, there was no signature. So I scrolled through it, and I filled out W9s before for business, and it's just a tax form that you have to do, and we're gonna have to do it for probably for Apex as well, but at the end of the year. Usually it's more closer to the tax, but I guess Bullnox wants it beforehand. And let me show you guys the email they sent me, and I was just really pissed off because let me see. So I was like, I gave him attitude for no reason, but it said that sign form and withdrawal form are missing from my profile, which I was like, no, I filled it out. I sent it twice already because that happened last week and now it happened this week. And it's so annoying because now I'm missing a whole payout window with Bullnox. So instead of getting two payouts, I'm only going to have one because I'm still not trading those accounts. I opened and closed the trade today just to count as a day because I think you can't keep the account idle for too long. I forget how many days it is. But how I traded it was just one quick scalp on both accounts. And these accounts are still at pretty much 54.75 and 54.500. So they're still good. I haven't traded them, and I want to because these are funded accounts. So this profit counts versus the evaluations don't, right? Until they're funded. And yeah, and then I could show you guys a little bit of, like, this is one of the trading groups I just did, and you guys could see I'm waiting for a huge consolidation to trade. I try to avoid like the big this was my Topstep trades right here. Topstep's a little bit different. I'm not as aggressive because I can only do 2 contracts. So with this, I know I could do more. So, but this is like, you see this right here? This is 3 different trades. So when I see a certain movement, once I get in and out, I go back in, I get out, I go back in, I get out. So here's like, I think I was doing 5 ticks. So this is 15 ticks right there. And that's much easier to do than to get 15 ticks in one trade. All right. And plenty of opportunities to go, but the volatility today was pretty steep. So if you get caught, if you try to like catch the bounce here and then it goes all the way down here, it's going to be hard to survive this huge dump because the volatility was big. So keep that in mind. It looks easy, but it's really not. It's another strategy that you have to work on. And I'm not here to really teach anyone. It's just something that might work for you if you decide to engage in it. There's some people in my Discord who are trying it, who are doing better than the regular trading. Some people don't like the risk reward ratio, right? Because the risk is much bigger than the reward. But again, whatever works for you is going to work for you, and you have to find that for yourself. Because if you try to copy someone else's strategy, and I see this all the time, people jump from one strategy to the next. The reason for that is because you don't believe it. So as soon as you start losing, or as soon as it doesn't go your way, you're going to try to look for something else. All right. And that's a common theme across all traders. And that's part of the path, right? Part of the journey. It's going to happen to everyone. And we just have to accept the fact that there's no holy grail strategy, and we have to just adapt and find sources of information from a lot of different people and mold it into our own. Because I saw a great video the other day. It wasn't trading related, but it was about trying to be like someone else. It's not going to work, right? To get to number 10, right? You have number 10, that is being profitable. How many ways can you get to 10? 1 plus 9, 2 plus 8, 7 plus 3, 20 divided by 10, 5 times 2. There's a million ways to get to 10. And that's the path that we have to find, right? 1 plus 1 plus 1 is the approach I'm taking. I'm taking 10 steps to get to 10. Some people want to get from 1 to 10 in one step by taking bigger trades. You know, it's just math and the journey. It's the path. And again, you have to find something that works for you, and really can't, just expect to make it work right away either. That's another thing that I see all the time is people give up too early. People want it right away. People are getting frustrated that, they're losing few funded accounts or few evaluations. Guys, this kind of, I'm old school in the sense that I've been trading for many years before these platforms existed. If you wanted to learn how to trade on your own just a few years ago, with stocks, futures were super expensive just a few years ago. There was micro futures came out in 2019, I believe, or 2018. So micro futures are new. So before that, you had to have your own big accounts. And imagine learning on NASDAQ with your own money on the minis, not even on the micros, on the minis. How expensive would that be? And if you think that losing few evaluations or few funded accounts is expensive, then you don't know what really expensive is. Expensive is when people lose 50, 60, 70, $100,000 to learn this to become profitable. And one of my things is that I lost a lot. I lost way over 50,000 in the first 3 years of trading, and I was making money a lot of the times. But then I would lose the money really quickly, and I would go on drawdowns, and I would have huge red days. And I was able to come back from it, but it wasn't easy, and I just never gave up. I knew that if I could lose that much, I could make that much. And look at it now. This is, again, just evaluations, right? Doesn't matter. But one day this will be a real trading day for me. Maybe even next week, who knows? And if that's one trading day, what's 50,000 over 3 years? It's nothing, right? It's cheaper than college. For most colleges, and you like high-end colleges, it's going to be way cheaper than that, and you could make way more money than you would do with a college degree. And again, don't rush it. Don't be discouraged. There's people that go through a lot of evaluations. I've been through a lot of evaluations. I mean, I lost way more evaluations because I gambled them, or I tried to pass them in one trade, or, we've done it all during 90% off sale. Like even last week, after I took the losses on my funded accounts, I bought a few evaluations and I tried to pass them in one trade. And I think I lost 7 that day, and I think I made a video about that. So after that is when I started doing this. I'm like, all right, I have 7 days. Why am I rushing things? Why am I trying to pass? It's not going to save me time. I have to focus. And if I do 20 evaluations and I trade them properly, even if I just pass 10 and I lose 10, but I traded them real, and I actually learn something from them, then it's more beneficial than trying to pass them in one trade. But anyway, guys, this video is already 20 minutes. It was supposed to be like 10 minutes, and I do this all the time, but I just get so passionate about this. And I imagine if I went live, so I plan on going live tomorrow, or I asked in my community if I should go live tomorrow. A lot of people said they would watch. I had an appointment today with one of my clients, and unfortunately, we postponed till tomorrow at 1 p.m. So now I don't know if I'm going to go live. And you guys could see how I am. I could just talk, right? So instead of trading, I'll be talking. And then I am against a deadline here. I need to get funded with these accounts by Monday. To get that payout, I need to get funded by Monday, and I still have a long way to go. I still have to make these kind of profits for 2 more days, and it's not easy. You really have to be focused. You get caught once and you set yourself back quite a lot, and you really have to be hyper focused, reading the price action, avoiding the big volatility spikes, especially if you're on the wrong side or if you like the counter trend. And when you go live streaming, that's what happens. You get distracted by questions, you get distracted by viewers. And if you're talking, you're not fully focused. So we'll see. I would love to go live. I would love to give away a few accounts to some of the supporters and viewers of my channel, and using my code with Apex. You guys been amazing. People are using my Quant Tower link as well. Quant Tower is what I use, and that's how I copy trade between these accounts. And to make groups of copy trades, or groups of different accounts, is super easy. You just select what accounts you want. You could even name which accounts are in which group. You just run it and stop running it, and then you could just go through it. And that's how I go about it, super fast. And again, I don't like to trade all of these accounts at once, but imagine I traded this with one group. I don't know if the copy trader would handle it, but 485 contracts throughout the day. And imagine I didn't split them in 3 or 4 groups. That would have been like 2,000 contracts, and this would have been like a $30,000 day or $40,000 day. But or I would get to 10,000 a lot quicker, I should say, right? Because it's the same thing. I'm stopping here because I got to the goal I wanted to. You know, $400 a day is what kind of gets you to that 3,000 over 7 days. That's like the ballpark. And that's where I got the number from. And that's what I'm going to try to do with the funded accounts. I'm going to try to get to $4,000 in 10 days. So I could withdraw 2,000 and still have $2,000 worth of cushion in these accounts. That would be the dream. But I am not going to hesitate to take 2,000, even if I make 3,000 on those accounts. That payout, if I get 20 payouts in 1 month, that would be insane. And the 50K accounts will need to, the 150K accounts will need to get a little bit bigger of a cushion. So that's great. But we'll see. I'm not jumping the gun yet. I'm not counting my chickens. I know how quickly things could turn. So just taking a day at a time. But this is just amazing, amazing motivation even for me, because now I know it's possible. And I know it's also not forever, right? If you trade like this for a few months, these prop firms are going to kick you out or tell you to go live, and then you can't trade this many accounts live. So it's not forever either. It's going to just last a few months, if that. So again, part of the journey. Let's keep going, guys. 90% off. Take advantage of it, please, because it's a lot cheaper. It's 50% cheaper than 80% off. All right. So look at me. I'm using 23 evaluations, and I can only get funded with 20. And I'm even going to buy more. And again, I'm doing this because I've shown myself consistency, and I've paid myself quite a lot. So don't do this if you haven't done that. But 5, 6 evaluations is okay, but do not copy trade them. If you are not funded and you've never gotten funded or paid out, you should not be using a copy trader. There's no business in copy trading until you get to that point, because the more tests you get to do, the better you'll get. So if you're copy trading and you lose 5 accounts, that's one mistake costing you 5 accounts. Why not split that up and then let yourself have 5 mistakes before you lose those accounts? Because then you will learn a little bit more. Wow, 25 minutes. Might be the longest video I've made in quite some time. But anyway, guys, happy Wednesday. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow for sure. If I go live, I'll let you guys know early on. And then If not, maybe I'll go live Friday. Friday would be awesome to go live, especially if I'm close to passing these. But Friday the sale is over, so that's why I want to go tomorrow, because then I could give away some accounts. I'd love to give out like 350K accounts for you guys, but we'll see. I'll try to do it. Maybe even for like an hour or two, right? Maybe at like 2 to 4 p.m. I could go on, and then we could do like a Q&A more so than trading. But anyway, guys, thanks for the support. Thanks for amazing views. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, leave a comment down below, and I'll talk to you guys soon.